What is up, everybody out there on YouTube? I know it's been a minute, I know, but I took some time to, just relax, take a step back from YouTube, doing videos and all that stuff, and just focus on, just the everyday grind and stuff of that nature. But I didn't really have no new information for you guys. I felt like I gave a lot of the information all up front to you guys. I don't go video by video. If I know some information, normally I just go ahead and spell it out, tell you guys and stuff like that. But I haven't been just in the shadows, because if you email me, like I tell a lot of you guys, it comes directly to my phone, right? So I've been talking to a lot of people. I've been talking to everybody, and I've been reading comments and stuff like that. So what's important right now is that when it comes to the comments and things that people be saying, right? Just like anybody else, I learned a lot of my information by doing it myself, applying certain things that I've learned, especially on YouTube and all these different type of places. But what I've been doing for the last year especially is paying very close attention to my credit and using my situation to experiment a little bit, see what works and what don't work. And that's how I'm able to come back and give you guys accurate information that actually works. And if you just took the time to apply it, you will find that it will work for you too. But what's been happening is a lot of people have been watching all these different type of videos and stuff that I say. Somebody else might say something differently, right? And you'll come to my video and say, oh, that don't work because such and such said this or such and such said that. I know that it works because I've tried it and you haven't, right? And also too, I know that it's a lot of other great YouTubers and stuff like that on YouTube giving out real good information, right? But please believe that a lot of them, they're not just about to just give you the information up front. They just give you little carrots that they dangle in front of you so that you can go buy whatever it is that they're selling. And then at the end of that, maybe at the end of that, they will tell you the information that you want to know. Versus me, if I know it, I tell it. So with that being said, if you're out there on YouTube searching for information, don't just listen to just anybody that don't show you how in the first initial steps. They just telling you all this inspirational stuff like, oh yeah, guys, you can do it. You can be great. I did this. I came from the bottom. I came from the, the mud, and you can do it too. Yeah, all of that's great, but all of that's inspirational stuff to get you to buy into what they're saying. They're not actually giving you the step-by-step process that if you watch my videos, I showed you how to get your authority. I talked about how get into trucking or invest in trucking without having a CDL or any of those type of things, right? So don't listen to people that don't have good credit themselves, but they're trying to tell you how to get good credit. Don't listen to people that say you can buy a truck this way or you can do this and that with a truck when they don't own a truck. They might lease a truck from, the carrier that they work for or whatever, but they don't own a truck. So how can they tell you how to lease a truck or buy a truck when they haven't leased a truck outside of the carrier, which is the most easiest thing to do? If you work for a carrier right now, right, and they have a lease option, all you got to do is go to them and say, hey, I want to lease a truck. They're going to say, sign here. That's it. It's no credit involved. It's none of that. But when you take the time to go out and buy a truck using your credit, which I show you, I tell you, I demonstrate how to build your credit where you need to start at. And those are the things that you need to adopt and apply before you come to me saying that what am I saying or the things or my methods don't work. So this is what I'm about to do. With that being said, I'm about to show you guys when it comes to credit. I talk about credit, and the most ignorant thing I ever heard was, oh, you don't need credit. You could just borrow money good or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you don't need credit. If you don't care about not having anything, if you don't care about buying a house or you don't care about buying a truck or a car for that matter, you have the cash to go buy it, cool. You got $200,000 cash to go buy a house, cool, and all of that. But the smart thing to do is if you wanted to use the bank money to leverage your credit with low interest rates and stuff like that, you can keep your money in the bank or invest it. Instead of having it in the bank, you can invest it into, good index funds and stuff like that and become a millionaire and not have to worry about the grind and struggle every day. You will become a millionaire regardless just by saving your money and investing. And buying everything that you want and need by using credit. Right? So, I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to just pull this up right here. I'm going to pull up my Credit Karma. Now, mind you, Credit Karma uses a Vantage score. So, it's just a calculation of what they think your credit is. Now, if somebody actually was to go and pull my credit and get my actual FICO score, it's going to be higher. I have programs and stuff like that too, and I know for a fact that my Equifax and my TransUnion scores are higher if they check my FICO score. So meaning that if I went to go buy a car or whatever and they pull my credit, it will be higher than what you're seeing right now. That's just a fact. But what I do like about Credit Karma, it gives me all the facts about my credit report. It shows me exactly what's on it, and it shows me what's affecting my credit. So here you can see, right? This is today, TransUnion, Equifax. Equifax updated last on the 18th, right? It's like the 23rd, right? I believe it's the 23rd. So that was the last update on this. But what I like about this, you can click on these and it's going to tell you exactly what's on your credit, which I recommend you guys do. So if you see, you can go to payment history, credit utilization, derogatory marks, and average age of credit history, right? Now, what average age of credit history is, this get lowered when you get new accounts. So if I have an account, in my oldest account, let's say my oldest account ever since I started building my credit history, and I still have that account today, and the longer you have it, the better. So if I have credit cards, it'll probably be like the longest thing you ever have. Because if you have a credit card, you're pretty much going to have it forever. You pay it, you use it, you pay it, you'll have it forever, right? But auto loans and mortgages, eventually, if you don't acquire any new accounts, once you pay them off, they're no longer going to be on your credit report after some time. They're going to still stay on there for a while, but let's say you buy a car, you ain't bought a car in 10 years, you probably won't see it on your credit report no more, right? So, but what that means is though, like let's say your longest credit account is 5 years, and you go and buy a new car or whatever, that's going to lower your average age of credit because now you have a new account. So if your oldest age of credit was 5 years and you bought something, now it might be 4 years, 6 months. You buy something else, now it's down to 4 years. You buy something else, now it's down to 3 years, and so on and so forth. The more accounts you add that are new without your credit history getting any age to it, it's going to continue to drop that. So of course, I picked up a few new accounts within the last couple of years. But no derogatory remarks. Credit utilization is 0. And also, as you can see, my credit payment history is 100%. That means I make all my payments on time. So take a look at what's the second thing on here. All of these are high impact. Well, payment history, credit card utilization, derogatory marks are high impact. Average age of credit is a medium impact. But these three things right here, we're going to focus on these three things. And I'm on Equifax. It's the same for both TransUnion and Equifax. But these three things right here is the most highest impact on your credit report. And the second one is credit cards. So to sit here and say that you don't need credit card don't make no sense. Because without it, your credit score can never reach over a certain threshold. Now, it's a proper way to use credit cards, and I tell you this, guys, all the time. You use the credit card for only things that you were going to buy anyway. So if you were going to buy gas, you swipe it on a credit card. When it posts, you make the payment right back. And if you have a cash reward card, you're going to get paid just to do that. That is the proper way to use a credit card. And at the end of the month, all your credit cards should be 0. Another thing when it comes to this credit card utilization, in order to reach excellent or good status, you need to have over $15,000 in credit card limits to be good. Not balance. You don't want a $15,000 credit balance because now you're in debt. But if you got a credit card or multiple credit cards and over all of them you have $15,000 worth of credit limit, then you're considered good. So you have a $15,000 credit limit and the balance is 0. That's how you get a 0% credit utilization, which is going to reflect as good. But now the next most important thing that I want to talk about is, look, we're going to go back right here. I'm going to show you guys a year ago, because a lot of information is me practicing and using my own credit and doing strategies to figure out what exactly affects your credit and what makes it high. So let's go back just a year ago, right? My credit score was 646. Not bad, but at the time I was carrying balances on my credit cards. Okay, I was carrying balance on my credit cards no matter what it have been or what it be, but I had to make sure I get those paid down. So as you can see, I probably acquired some new things. My credits dropped 25 points. 25 points. This was in August of last year. I'm not sure why it dropped that much, but it's probably because of new accounts and carrying a high credit card balance. It will drop your score 25 points. So as you can see, my credit score started going all the way up because I started paying off those credit cards, paying down the balance, focusing on that. Also too, I started acquiring new credit cards, because if you have a credit card and you're at the limit, if your credit is strong enough, you can apply for new credit cards. So if let's say my credit limit is 10,000, right? And I'm using 5,000. So I'm using 50%. But if I acquire a new credit card and get 5,000, now I got 15,000. So that drops my credit utilization down, from 50% to 25%. So you get what I'm saying? So that's why credit cards are so important. But as you can see, November of last year, credit score went up decently all the way until this point, to where my credit cards are 0, right? At one point I was 779, right? So as you can see, by acquiring credit cards and paying my balances down to 0 over the last year, this is just me using my own credit, figuring out what works and what don't work. And to my conclusion is credit cards. Credit cards is the master key behind this. And it's no secret as to what will make your score high. I tell you guys all the time, it's no secret to what makes it high. What makes your credit score high is you have a mixture of accounts. So if you got a mortgage, you got a car, and you got credit cards, right? Now, what you want to do is apply for new credit cards, even if you're not using them. Apply for them and raise your overall credit limit. And this all going to trickle over into the business side too. If you don't want a lot of personal credit cards, you get business credit cards. I'm going to tell you to get credit cards because it's going to be the key that turn everything around. And I'm going to say it again. The key and the correct way to use your credit cards is buy something that you would normally buy already, and make sure your balances is 0 at the end of the closing statement. That's it. And your credit score will go up. Try it. Try and apply. Now, those who have credit card balances and they're telling you pay the minimum payment and all of that, that's fine, but your credit score is never going to reach another threshold. It's never going to make it to that next level. The only way to make it to that next level, get into the 700 with your credit, is to have credit cards with good limits, with 0 to little under 3% balance. Your credit cards really don't have to be 0, but the utilization needs to be under 3% to consider excellent. I know they say 30. If you look at videos, they say, oh no, it's supposed to just be under 30%. Yeah, you can have it under 30%. You will still be looked at as being responsible with your credit history or your credit reports. But the goal is to have it under 3%, no more than 10%. And that's going to make your score high. That's going to reflect on your credit report. That's going to be easier for you to buy whatever it is that you want. It's going to be easier for you to become a millionaire. It's going to be easier for you to live the lifestyle that you want. Because I'm not a millionaire yet, but guess what? It's nothing that I can't go buy that I want right now. Nothing. It's nothing that I can't buy that millionaires have if I wanted to. Some things you do got to have the income to back up, but of course we all know what I do for a living, right? So it's nothing out there that I can't go and acquire right now if I wanted it. And that's with me not being a millionaire. So a lot of my money right now that I have, I invested and I let my money work for me. And all of this stuff that I'm telling you guys, I'm showing you this because I've done it myself, and I'm showing you and I know exactly what works. And all you have to do is apply it. Try it at the bare minimum, and then you can come to me and say that it don't work. But don't come say that somebody said this and it don't work and you haven't even tried it. But that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope all is well with you guys. Drop me an email if you got some questions that you want to ask me. Like I said, those come directly to my phone. Or leave a comment and let me know what you think. It's good to be back. It's good to have been back in front of the cameras to give you guys some more good, inspirational, solid information. But until next time, see you in the next video.